Okay, y'all. So the question has been asked 100 times. Okay, probably more. But the question is, how much do you really need in order to start a remote cleaning business? I am going to break down all of the startup costs for you to start a remote service cleaning business. Okay, so y'all get ready, grab a pen and paper, because I'm going to break it all the way down for you guys from the minimalist to the most. Okay. If you have the most to do the most, I'm going to let you guys know what areas I recommend that you invest those funds into, and it might even shock you. So make sure that you stay all the way at the end and get the tips and tricks, okay? So let's get up in this thing. They always say that it takes money to make money, and in this industry, it does. Now, it could be very minimal. I think that may surprise a lot of people that you could start this business with not having access to a lot of capital. Is there benefits if you have the capital upfront to invest? For sure. Okay. But if you do not, this doesn't absolutely take you out of the equation of starting a very successful cleaning business. I have firsthand seen several students start very successful cleaning businesses with not having access to big capitals upfront. Okay, so let's get into this. So the first thing, of course, is going to be your business formation, right? How much is it going to cost for you to get your business set up, legalized, everything put in order? That does depend on your state where you live at, and it depends on if you're planning to go the route of a DBA. Starting off, that you can get one anywhere between $10 to $50, depending on your state. So do your due diligence, okay? Check for the Secretary of State website and find out how much it's going to cost for you to get a DBA. The next, if you want to do an LLC and start off bat, you can do that as well. That will start anywhere from $50 to $500, depending on what state that you're in. Okay, so you want to make sure that you check with that. And listen, y'all, EIN numbers are free. You do not have to pay anybody. Probably one of the easiest things to set up. You're going to go to irs.gov, type in EIN in the search. You're going to get a little box to fill out. You're going to fill that out. You're going to get that EIN number immediately. Make sure you jot it down, take a screenshot of the paper, because if you don't, you will not be able to get it. All right. So, but the EIN number is free. So off top, the business formation can cost anywhere from $50 to $500, depending on which route you go in. If you are starting with not as much capital, then I would recommend going the route of the DBA. You can always add on an LLC and change the legalization formation at a later date. Okay. Next is insurance. Will you need insurance? Yes, you will. I recommend that you have insurance and get a general liability insurance. Even though you're not the one doing the cleaning yourself, you still need the insurance liability to cover any damages or disputes between clients and service providers. So you want to make sure that you are staying protected. Got me? Okay. And that can cost anywhere from $300 to $800 a year. Some companies, you guys, that I may provide some access to links to that we have partnered with, so that way you guys can maybe get a better rate. We do partner with Next Insurance Company, so that way I'll drop that link inside of the description for you guys, so that way when you get your insurance, you'll know the company to go through. Okay. Professional liability insurance. This protects you against claims of negligence and failure to deliver service, costing around $300 to $600 annually. So this one is a little bit more optional, but you definitely want to have the general liability insurance, and you may want to consider the professional liability insurance. Okay. So this can cost you anywhere from $300 to $1,400 per year. So I'm not stating this as a monthly expense. Okay. So take 300 divided by 12. Okay. So it's not that much as a monthly reoccurring expense. All right. Now, marketing and branding. With the marketing or branding, this has a lot to do with like the visual branding in marketing. Okay. Not necessarily like marketing with lead generation, but this has something to do with like your website, your logo and things like that. So I always recommend that find the most minimalist, cheapest way you can do your website in the beginning. Once you have built your business, you can invest in a better design, a better SEO type of website. But you can start one and get a template on Wix. You can get a template pretty much from everywhere. I mean, we even have templates available inside the academy as well for our students. So becoming a member, you can get access to a template. And so you can get a template anywhere from $30 to $50 to $100, really just depending. if you get a website design, it can be anywhere from $500 to $3,000. So that's why I recommend like trying to do it the most cheapest feasible way to start with, because you can utilize those other funds in other areas. I'm going to share with you guys the number one recommended area to share those funds, so that way you're investing your money in the right categories the smart way. Okay. Domain name, I recommend using a platform called Namecheap. I like Namecheap specifically. I've been using them for a really long time, more because their customer service is pretty awesome. They handle a lot of setups for you guys. So like when you're trying to set up like your domain name and you're trying to point the direction with your email and your website and all of those codes, like I'm not the one for that. So Namecheap helps you a lot with that. Okay. And that's anywhere from $10 to $20 a year for your domain. Logo design. Y'all can either hire a logo designer. It can be anywhere from $50 to $500, or you can literally just look on Canva and create one for free. Same with the logo and the branding of the website. You can always change this. Your business will evolve as you evolve. So don't get so fixated and stuck on one logo. I mean, I changed my business name several times. I think the third name was the one that we end up sticking with for the longest. But don't get so fixated and stuck on a website design, the colors, the branding, the logo, and all the things. So with the marketing and branding, that can be an estimated literally as low as anywhere from $50 to $3,000. That depending on the website. I would recommend going the $50 route. I mean, getting a domain for $20 max. You can probably find one much cheaper than that. And then getting a nice little template on a website. Even if you use like your booking platform, Booking Koala is a booking platform that I'm going to recommend in another category. But they have a front end website that comes with the template. So that way you can even avoid having to pay that extra cost. Okay. So remember, we're talking about being wise with our money, with starting our businesses and investing them in the right area. So the next one is going to be tools and software. Now, with tools and software, you're going to need these. Like, there's a lot of different things that I wouldn't recommend getting to start with, but this is like the one that's like my must-have. This is the one to where I didn't have set up that probably made me lose the most money, because I was doing manual invoices. I was like having people pay on cash and check the old school ways, then like Venmo and Zelle and Cash App and all the things, and having to chase down clients to pay their invoices. It was real ghetto. Okay. And we're not doing that this year. So for booking platform, there's a lot of different booking platforms out there. I do heavily talk about a platform called Booking Koala until mine is done, of course. And if you don't know, here's a little cheap plug-in. Okay. Your girl has been working on her own booking software for about almost 2 years now. And it's almost done. I'm hoping that it's going to be done with AI coming about. We're trying to find some new ways to implement AI. So that has been the reason for the extension, because it was supposed to be done at the end of last year, but it's okay. I'm working on my patience. Okay. It's okay. But until then, until mine do come out, and don't worry, you will know. But I do have some others that you can definitely check into. Okay. So there's platforms like Jobber and ZenMaid, Launch 27. There's one that just can't. Maidly is one. There's another one that was on top of my head that I could not think of. House Call Pro and things like that. Okay. And then Booking Koala. Booking Koala is the one that I probably teach about the most. It's probably the one that's in the platform in the academy that I do and share a lot of and teach a lot of, because that's the one that I still currently use. So it's the one that I personally recommend. Okay. It's a great booking platform. They have 3 different options. I normally just use their middle option. It comes with a lot of great features based upon their middle option. So that's a great one too. I'll definitely link in their the link for Booking Koala specifically. With the link, it'll allow you to get 14 days free trial with testing it out, seeing how you like it. But I'm pretty sure that you'll like it. Okay. So that means that would be a $57 expense. $57. Okay. You're going to use For invoice and account software, you can use a platform called Wave. They're free, unless you want to use QuickBooks or your own business banking or personal banking. They may have some accounting software that would be included. That's an expense that you maybe could wait towards the middle of of launching your business. Okay. But yeah, so literally for the software tools category, that category would be a startup cost from literally just $57. Okay. And now advertising and lead generation. This is where you're going to drop most of the money. This is where I'm going to definitely recommend that you invest most of your money into. Will be your digital marketing. This is where you'll be utilizing for like third-party lead generation, such as Google Ads, Yelp, Bark, Thumbtack, SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. If you don't have that skill set to optimize your website or Google, you may need to hire an SEO expert. Okay. Basic SEO could start anywhere from from 300 to 1,000. I remember back in the day, back in the day, I think I was paying like 2,500 for SEO. There are some ways that you can learn how to do this yourself. There are some tools that can help you with SEO inside the academy. We have some training that will teach you SEO as well. We have a great Google training on Google SEO and Google setup. So the startup cost for this is where I recommend that you put in the most money. Okay. So I recommend you put in the most money. So after you figure out how much access to funds you have, and if you're needing to save up for this video, save up for your business, I'm going to drop a link to a video where I just talked about some strategies to help you save money to be able to start your cleaning business. So that way you guys have a goal in mind. So I'll link that video because I literally just have a video dropped that talked about strategies to help you save for your cleaning business. So if you have those funds and you're ready to come on to this phase, let's do this. Okay. If you're like, I maybe have to backtrack and save some funds, then check out that video. Okay. So that's when I recommend you look at all of your expenses, see what you have. Look at what you have, see how much you were able to put away in your business fund account. So that way you can be able to allocate those funds, and your marketing is where you're going to want to spend the most marketing. Now, Google says on average, you want to spend they recommend that a new business would spend anywhere from $500 to $1,500 a month on lead generation. That's a general number. Okay. But essentially you can start as low as you have access to and build up from there. Okay. I also did a video. So for all my 9-to-5ers, if you're currently working a 9-to-5 right now, I did another video that talks about if you should quit or if you should start your business and go all in. In that video, I talk about the benefits of maintaining your 9-to-5 to be able to take those funds and leverage it and invest in your business. So you could completely start this business because this is a low-cost startup business. Okay. Just understand that if you come in with not a lot of access to capital for your investing, you better have a good work ethic. You better have a good work ethic, meaning that you're going to put some hustle up in them things, okay? You're going to be maybe making some cold calling, some cold emailing, networking, rubbing elbows, going to events, talking to property managers, talking to real estate agents and brokers and all the things, and moving companies and all the things, so that way until you get those first couple leads and first couple clients, and now you have access to some capital to put them in the vehicles that's going to put you in front of your direct ideal clientele. Okay. So lead generation, that can start anywhere from $150 to $1,500 per month. Then you're going to have your operational costs. Okay. Your phone. You're going to do a lot of communication by phone. You will need a VoIP, which stands for a virtual independent phone. I recommend a company called Open Phone. I've used Open Phone for a long time. I'm going to drop another link in there for you guys. It'll give you a $20 credit when you do sign up for Open Phone. This allows you to be able to put this phone app on your phone where you're not handing out your own personal phone. Okay. And then also, like when you get a VA, you'll be able to allow your VA to answer your phone as well from the same phone line while you're operating on your phone and they're operating on their phone. Okay. And that's anywhere from about 25, I think it's a last check, and it was $23 a month, which is a really great cost. So $23 a month for your virtual phone. Office supplies, you're really not going to need much, right? You're not going to really need a printer. Everything is digital. You don't need to print out invoices. You don't need to print out work orders. I mean, you can use your same notebooks and pens and things like that. But you're not going to really need much. Okay. Miscellaneous expenses. So if you want to calculate like to the T, like we're doing some taxes, of course, you'll have your internet and utilities and things like that. So that can be anywhere from $100 to $300 a month if you're trying to calculate the full operational expenses and costs to be able to run your business. Okay. Next is going to be your payment processing system. Now, this one right here, you guys probably fooled me the most when I was in business. I was tricked to think that Stripe was over here just processing my payments all for free. Okay, I was totally bamboozled until I got that first year statement and I saw that I ended up paying them like $15,000 my first year in fees. I was like, what in the world does happen here? Now, I didn't see it going out, so seeing that full amount just totally shook me. But over time, their fees are typically around 2.9% per total charge with a 30-cent fee per transaction. So your girl was being charged, but that means that also making money. Okay. So of course that fee would be based upon what's your minimum transaction value. Okay. And then there's some miscellaneous costs and things like that you may accumulate. One that I would strongly recommend would be the CEO Clean Academy. Get some knowledge and education and some information on how to be able to best start this cleaning industry. Be around other entrepreneurs currently striving and doing the same thing that you're doing. Having community is a game changer. With the CEO Clean Academy, literally is $97 a month. You get access to the full course, all the information, all the business trade trainings from other industries that's in there. Some amazing information is in the academy, and then also we meet on a weekly basis, so that way you're able to ask questions, get more help, get clarity and understanding, and then you're not alone on this journey. So let's go ahead and add that in there too. Okay, so that's $97 a month. So based upon the cheapest breakdown, let's go ahead and do this math real quick. Can we do this so we can see if the math is mathing? Let's see if the math is mathing, because we kind of went over these numbers and we said the business registration. Now, I'm going to give you guys these numbers from the low end to the high end. Okay. So we said 50 plus, let's see, I think 300 divided by 12 is, I did that math in my head. I wonder if I was right. Yup. So, and I was, like you say, guys, I'm going on the cheap end. Okay. So literally the cheapest that it's going to take you to start this business with all the things that I listed, and some things, some of the things are now themed, and then some of the things is like once you start, right? So it's not necessarily everything due up front, but you can literally start this business for less than $400, $398 to be exact. Okay. To as high as $1,000, depending on if you're doing the LLC, right? And then of course this number will vary a lot. This number right here is for $150 for your marketing budget. So minus the $150 in marketing budget, we're at $248. So $250 roughly. And then depending on how much you have to invest in your lead generation. So you could pay the $250 up front to get started with all the things. And then you would be able to save enough. So that way I suggest, it can take anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to get your business launched. That's with setting up all of your systems, your platforms, doing your market research, doing your pricing research, knowing how much you're charging for your cleaning services. And if this feeling a little bit overwhelmed, don't worry. I teach all of this in the academy. And then also doing the hiring. The hiring is probably the most unpredictable time frame. So within that time frame, that could be anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. If you really serious and working really, really hard, it could be sooner, but it can be anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. And you can have a launch business, and then you can invest the additional $150 or more per month for your marketing and lead generation. Okay, so that kind of gives you guys a breakdown as to how much it would really cost to start your cleaning business. Now, I do offer some other models for training. If the DIY option is through the academy, but if you're like, yo, Jazz, I don't have time to launch my business, but I really want to, I have this really new great program that's starting up to where I'm combining our done for you option and our done with you option, which is really, really dope. I'm super, super excited. Our first class is going to be starting very soon. I'm taking in a very little amount because I'm beta testing this program out where I'm combining the done for you program and the done with you program to combine together. When like two things that's super dope collide, we're going to see what happens and the kind of results we're going to get. Okay. So, again, if this sounds like something that you're interested in, please let me know. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out, email me, DM me, however which way you do so. I'm going to be dropping a lot of links and information in the description. So make sure that you guys stay tuned. Just scroll on down, check those out. And if you guys are not subscribed to this channel, why not? Go ahead and do so. Hit the subscribe button, the alert button, and let everybody know that's trying to start a business in 2025. This is the one to get into. All right? Until next time, see y'all later.